What is up? What is up? Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the LuxAlgo live stream. My name is Jacob. Like always, I'm here with Mickey. Mickey, how are we doing?
What's up? What's up?
Well, we're back after the holiday break and, of course, the huge Black Friday sale that we had going on. I told you we were releasing something big. I'm gonna zoom us in here a bit here. Bam. But yeah, we are currently back. Today we had GDP got reported for, let's see, it was quarter over quarter this morning. We didn't get year over year this week, but still nice beat of 5.2 versus the 4.9 forecast. We'll look at that in just a second. But for now, because of that, the Dow Jones is currently green at around 110 points on the day. S&P 500 is up 12 points today. NASDAQ up 38 points. Looks like our winner for the day would be the NASDAQ or the Canadian index, but nobody really looks at that. So the winner, Dow Jones, for the day. We want to make sure that, man, we haven't been on stream in a while, so everything is kind of set up a little weird here. But let's take a look at this news that just came out. I'm hoping the browser is going to pop up for us. And it does. Nice. Okay. Looks like investing.com is still having a sale. But again, GDP this morning. Remember, we had a quarter over quarter report. We ended up beating. Really nice. That's why you've seen today we've turned green for the day. Been a little bit back and forth though, nothing too crazy because we had a really good week last week, ending Thanksgiving, and before that as well. We had crude oil report with the 1.6 million barrels projected was going to be more of a demand in barrels, but no, we had a supply. So the value of crude actually tanked today before that happened. We had a balance when that happened. So technically, crude oil, when those barrels, are like already, the price is already tanking before the report, more than likely it's already pricing in what they're predicting based on, who knows. The algorithms know way more than we do. But again, that report, obviously 1.6 million versus it reporting at a surplus, which is kind of crazy. So we'll see how that ends up, because it's been quite a nice rally to the sell-off for a little bit here. We finally got into the 70s again on crude, but we're currently, let's see, today crude 77, so we're trying to make our way back. We had a low of looks like 75 there on this chart, as you can see here. But nice little pullback. So stock up on your gasoline while you can, right? Unless you're driving a Tesla or something. But we have FOMC member Mester speaking in 37 minutes. I don't think that would affect us much, but of course it's always good to keep that in mind. So just note that it's happening here in 37 minutes. Of course, we're about halfway through the day here. But Mickey, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, we got some turkey dinners.
You did, yeah. We had turkey dinners this time. It wasn't even what's it called? No chicken dinner.
Yeah, no
just
chicken
turkey.
dinner.
Just turkey.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now let's see. Let's just might as well hop back over to the charts. I'm currently at a short on nat gas with that Neo trail setup we've been looking at a lot recently. We're short 5 lots, looking for a retest of the low as we switch over to these charts here. But we'll see if it does. I'm gonna probably end up setting a stop loss somewhere around here. But again, our mental stop is if the smart show gets broken with this strategy. But currently up 600 there, trying to bring back down. I'm not liking that we're about to break this lower high, so we'll probably close out here shortly. But we're gonna jump over to, actually, I need to pull up more trading views here, make sure we get all of our charts going. Let's get to the live stream, our overview setup, and then I need one more trading view for our multi-time frame order blocks setup that you guys always see, Neo multi OBs. Here we go. I need to probably update those, actually. So yeah, if you guys are new here, welcome. Make sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate you. We know we have a lot of new users in the Discord, so we welcome you. I was gonna see in the chat if we have any reoccurring faces here. Guys is back. Welcome back. Diego, welcome back. Brendan, I'm pretty sure I've seen you in here before.
Where's our Amazon member?
Yeah, where's Eduardo?
I think he joined.
He was in here earlier. Let me see. Where did my? Oh, hold on. I gotta find my browser to make sure you guys get on that like train. We're trying to hit 100 likes again today, guys. That's our goal. It's been our goal per stream. Little pretty low of a goal though. We want to get up there a decent bit. Let me hop over to our YouTube live here, make sure we're on track for our 100 like goal. But again, if you guys do like the stream or have been here before, we appreciate you subscribing and following us. And hit that like button. Try to reach our goal of 100 likes today. As I buy some time to find where my frickin' studio manager went. There we go. Bam. 36 likes. Wow. Weak sauce. All right. Let's get that number up. Anyway, let's hop into our overall analysis like we always do. I don't know why this pop out went away, but that's fine.
You got some fancy lines down there.
Yeah. Look at me. Oh, yeah. I didn't even look at my chart yet. Let's get that back. Boom. There you go. In the meantime, we have to, again, might as well go over updating the indicator. So, every time you guys need to update your indicator, I'm currently sitting here on the price action constant 1.4.5. It's at 1.4.7 right now. So if you guys ever need to learn how to update, remember you just exit out of these, right? We just get out of all of them. I'm going to get rid of all these actually. Same with the matrix. So, we got our bear chart here with Bitcoin. Well, welcome, Diego. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you joining us on the live show. Just a little more nice and professional on this end. Still the same goofy guys though. But again, if you want to update, remember you exit out all the indicators. You exit out all the indicators and we add them back. I think I do 4 price action concepts for my multi-order block setup. We do 1 signals and overlays. Gotta get that caffeine in there. Okay, so in this case, now what I do is on one of my, this is pretty much LuxAlgo 101 again, but what I want to do here is I want to have 4 different ones with 4 different time frame order blocks. So the first one down here, we'll do our max order block, which is the daily time frame. And what I want to do on that is now add and make this a pink order block. So I know that pink for me are my daily order blocks. I bump that to 500. I go down to my styling. I make the order block metric size normal. And I think that's it. And then I tick off the internal market structure because we only need 1 market structure setup. And then I think that's good for the daily order blocks. Then I go into the next one, 500. Let's make this gold because these are going to be our 4-hour order blocks. We go to 4-hour. Pink 4-hour order block. We go down to, like I said, we like to see the metric size for the order blocks as normal. And then I think that's it for that guy. Let me check on my NatGas here. We flip back down. Cool. And then on this one, we have our 1-hour order block, which you guys know I love. If you've been here before, I love this as white. Make it white. We're trying to make it as different as possible. I just put those 2 zeros there. 500 is way above the max amount of order blocks you can have, but it's just easier because default's 5. I just put 2 zeros. Bam. We're ready to go. I can do it quick. Go to general styling, and we do this order block. Ooh, no, not that. We do order block size normal again. And, sorry. I didn't turn off the internal market structure of the other one either. Let me turn that off. Bam, bam, bam. And then this one will leave the market structure because we need one of them as market structure. This is going to be, I think we said green on this. This is one that will move around a decent bit. This one will move around a decent bit. Sometimes we'll leave it as chart. Sometimes we'll do 15-minute. This is like the fun one we just have on there. So I'm going to leave it as chart for now. But I do want to go to internal label size of the market structure. Set that to normal. Swing normal. I don't normally have a swing them, but I'll just do all of them normal. And then that should be good. I think that's solid. Yeah. So then that way, see the text is larger on the structure. And then now we have all of our order blocks. So why do we do this? Signals and overlays, though. For now, I'm going to just take off. This is mostly price action. I like to use this setup, or the Neo multi-block price action, and then I like to have the Neo cloud up just for this one. I have a separate one, which is the one I showed you earlier. That's all of them together that I use for a secondary analysis. But we're going to... Actually, I'm going to just, honestly, let's just make this one specifically price action. So we'll make this price action, and then, again, once you have your settings, by the way, once you update your indicator, okay, remember, you just go up here, and you can hit save, you know. Sorry, you just click on the name here, Neo multi-order block. I hit save there. Now it's saved. Every time I pull it up, it's there. And it's a layout, right? My other layout, right, I said it was the, this is just for signals and overlays. Or it's for all three of them, sorry, together. This is my default layout. This is what I use for another strategy you guys see me talk about if I need another level of analysis. But welcome from Argentina. That's cool, man. Appreciate you being here. But again, this is our price action setup. This is one we like to see where significant levels could occur, and then go back to the trend. Then we go back to, you know, if we're currently trending or not, we can see that within the other layout. Let me watch my... Man, I'm debating on closing this. I'll probably close it. We'll watch it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set an alert here. It's like right here. It's near break even. All right. Okay, now, since we have all those order blocks up, right, why do we have them up? Well, we have them up because... Oh, well, I appreciate Trading Zone. You're awesome too, my friend. Sorry, let me take a swig. Oh, by the way, if you guys like... You know, the sugar-free energy drinks. If you have a Kroger in your area, the Witch's Brew, Alani's here. These
what are you getting sponsored here?
I wish, that'd be awesome. But I'm trying to save us some money because, you know, we're traders. We have to find, you know, pennies and dimes whenever we can, man. Again, this is the Witch's Brew. This is their Halloween edition. It is currently $1.50 a can. It's usually $2.50. I would go stock up. I buy like 10 every time I go to the store. But because they're just so cheap, man. I drink one a day, so it's like if I'm going to be spending $2.50 a can, that's going to be a little rough in the long term. I don't know. NG's crossing. Not a fan. All right. Well, I mean, our strategy indicates that, you know, we want to wait for, you know, the Neo to flip. So this could continue to reject, but we'll keep an eye on it. But for now, Bitcoin. Let's go to the 4 hour. Keep with the strategy. Keep with the strategy. Follow your rules. That's how it is. We've been in a big chop range here. But one more time, we get back to the order blocks here. We keep up multiple levels of order blocks because, look, now we can see when they're overlapping what might be more significant, right? Here's a daily block, right, with a 4 hour and a 1 hour order block all sitting together here. So we know as it approaches the 40K, gets into that 40,000 range here on Bitcoin 4 hour, we know, you know, we might not see key resistance until we get into all three of these, right? So we get into the 4 hour and the 1 hour combined. So 42,800 might be that significant level that we look for like a reject or some type of TP point, because that's where all three order blocks are lining up. The daily here in purple, the 4 hour in yellow, and the 1 hour in white there. So I know that level could be extremely significant. Same with here on this retrace, or if we were to come back down here into this daily order block, you could see all of them kind of lining up down here at the 34,400 level, and that's for Bitcoin. Now, we've been at a massive chop range, and as you guys know, you know, Bitcoin tends to do this quite often. Back and forth, you can just tell by the change of characters. It's because, you know, a lot of volume gets pumped in, and it's trying to hold price up, and it's trying to sell back down. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn on contrarian mode, you know, in the signals and overlays, and I could, you know, trade the trade-offs back and forth if I wanted to. But, you know, in that case, I want to see a trend break. So for now, current state of Bitcoin, obviously we're still at this high, but we're holding over, you know, this recent trend high, right? Recent trend high has to do with this swing point here. So if we were to, you know, pull our little boxy do off of that, right here, and honestly, this is probably a breaker block from before. But But you'll see here we're holding that pressure over the over that previous high from its last little upside move before it went to a range. So it has broken that somewhat of a range that it had, but it's been setting higher lows, which is really good. So in this case, if we do break out through here, your target's 40K. We talked about 40K being the target for a while on Bitcoin. I mean, this thing's just been settling. You have a cycle coming as well. So a lot of things good looking at Bitcoin here. 37K. Honestly, I'm impressed that it's had a nice rally recently. I'm excited to see if this thing can get back in that 40,000 level, maybe even 50. But yeah, Bitcoin triple top on the daily. Yeah, sure. I mean, you could say that. I mean, you have multiple times it's touching that same level and then rejecting. But again, I mean, this is Bitcoin we're talking about. Anybody can come in and then, somebody in Saudi Arabia buys up, $1 billion worth of Bitcoin right here, and a candle happens like that. So it's like, it's not anything that you can necessarily worry about until you see a clear reaction. That's when you want to really play it. Is when you get some type of strong daily candle showing you that this thing is ready to either sell off or continue. In this state, look, I mean, you got to sell big strong daily here, big strong daily here, but look, no structure was broken on the downside here. This lower or higher low wasn't broken. This one again didn't break that higher low, and then now we've been pretty weak here. So not really anything that's worth panicking about or selling accordingly. And look at that, bam, reject. That's why we wait for our strategy. Only time, remember, that we close on this Neo trail is when it fully closes and flips on the smart trail. So in this case, rejected again. We're heading back lower. Hopefully get a retest of that low where our target is. Remember, candle open and close is where we target. But Bitcoin for now looking steady up here at 38K. Hopefully get a nice move. Dev, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you being here. Make sure to smash that like button, guys. We're going to get to 100 likes again today. There's 138 of you watching right now, so I don't know why we haven't reached that yet. But I don't know, Mickey, why do you think we haven't reached that yet?
No, I'm just going to boot him if
you think it's because the chicken isn't on screen yet? I'm going to put this on you. It's because the chicken's not on.
Get it ready. Get it ready.
Well, it's dancing on your head right now. The chicken dinner. He hadn't said it yet, but when he says it, it'll be back on screen. Anyway, Bitcoin again. We're just back and forth here at these highs. We really like it to 40K. If we jump over to our signals and overlays as well, let's look at Bitcoin. Neo plus Smart. Yeah, we like it when they overlap. That's been I forgot. Yeah, a lot of you guys are being new here. We like the Neo when they overlap. Ooh, where'd it go? Oh, wait, I have to relog in. Hold on. We've been challenging it against some funded accounts. I'm running a 150K account right now. See how it does. We're at 153, so we're a third of the way there. But essentially, when they overlap, that might indicate a strong trend. It's been pretty good actually recently. Today I had, I think, 2 minor failed trades, but guess what? What's nice about this strategy? What's up, Brad? Brad's back. I know Brad. How you doing, buddy? What's nice about the strategy is very low risk. So essentially, we enter as it's getting towards the high of that of the smart trail. We enter that, and the minute that it has a closing candle above this, it's gonna flip it. And if that occurs, then all we do is exit. So notice here, smart trail rejected, but never closed above it. And look, you have this nice sell-off. But again, in this case, we wouldn't take the trade because it didn't overlap with the Neo Cloud. With the Neo Cloud. We're assuming the Neo Cloud is going to act as that extra strength for the trend. And we like to try to take the first test as well. First test always better, especially after it flips. So for those of you that are new here, that's kind of the idea behind this. It's been really, really good, actually. Because the risk is so low, that's why we like it. Because if it closes over this, I could just show you here. Our short was here. Our close would have been right there. So you're risking 3 ticks there, and then you're targeting the recent low. You're going for 31 ticks. That's a 10-to-1 ratio, and that's why it's so good. So the minute you could have 3 or 4 losers, you have 1 big winner, and you're sitting clean in profit. So that's one we really like here, especially because it's a trend falling type setup. So Yeah, we've been doing that for a while, but I forgot. Got a lot of new people here, so we welcome you. And we're going to start doing these streams multiple times a week, so you better be ready, because if you have the time to watch, you better tune in. I'm just kidding. But let's get into our next asset we always look at is gold. If I could spell. Oh, man. I always forget how this... I don't look at the gold pair because we look at futures, but there you go. I figured it out. XAUUSD here. Man, what beautiful
you don't know how to spell
price
gold?
action.
Come on.
I mean, what? Who names gold XAU? Am I silly? Like,
Mr. Zhao?
What is XAU though? Like, I might be dumb, but
I don't know. Is that a periodic table? No.
I don't
I don't know.
Like, maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. If you know in the chat why is it XAU, we would highly appreciate it. That'd be great to know. Anyway, because all I type in is GLD for the gold ETF or GC for the gold future.
Yeah, that is the periodic table. AU. AU is gold.
Then what's the X for?
It's for the X factor.
Gold periodic table. AU, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. But what is the X for?
Maybe 10 contracts of gold.
Electron configuration. It starts with an X.
Anyway.
Atomic number of 79. I mean, that's interesting. So AU makes sense, but I don't know where the X comes from. I'm guessing maybe from its electron configuration. But again, XAU, now I know. We'll look at the Euro USD. I'm assuming that's what you said there, Alna. There you go. Look at that. But, man, what beautiful price action today on gold. Or, sorry, on the daily. I wish it was today. But this is something we actually went over in the live. This price action, man, can't get any better. It's targeting. We talked about in the live stream back when we had this first BOS. If you guys were on there, we had this first BOS on the LuxAlgo 101. We said, okay, if you're in this trade or if you're trading it, remember, we always like to target upper order blocks because they're coming from previous resistance points. And there you go. There was your upper target, 2,045. I don't know why I did that, but absolutely beautiful move that occurred. What's even better, though, if we go to this daily time frame and we pull up our breaker blocks, I'm pretty sure if it'll show, it might not. We have to go back in time to show you. Let's see if I can. We go back in time right here. You'll notice we talked about this before, and there it is. Let's just take off everything but the daily order block here. And this is why breaker blocks are super important, especially with market structure. And if I were to bring on market structure here with the, yeah, we were just looking at the Bitcoin chart. We can go back to it soon. So bear with me. We'll go back to the Bitcoin chart at some point. But again, gold here broke a beautiful downtrend, right? Stuck in an awesome downtrend. Breaks that. Has a solid change of character there. But this is why you have the breaker blocks up sometimes. You can be utilized as entry points or retracements for good entries. Obviously, it's retesting previous resistance as well. Has a beautiful bounce. Once you confirm your entry, you target that upper order block, and you can already see today it has currently hit that. On this trade opportunity, I mean, you saw a move of 5%. Man, I mean, unreal 5% there. I don't know why it's not giving me the dollar value. What was that? Oh, $109, sorry. $109 per contract, what do you want to say, on this. But, man, beautiful move and incredible job. What is it? I'm reading Brad's thing. The man said Brad used ChatGPT. Love it. But this price actually couldn't be any better. It's so clean. Bounce off that breaker block, like we said, and just went right back out. Beautiful. But let's see here. Gold for now, we're inside, this daily order block. So in this case, we like to wait to see if there's any clear reaction at the current moment. We're just trading right through it. But keep an eye on my netcast. Sorry, we're just trading right through it here. And you know, we talked about retargeting this high. That's exactly what happened. I would want this to break out of that high. You know, the order block, which is the recent high of 2,067 on the penny. Wow, that's crazy. But breaking through that, and then, you know, we have that run to probably 2,100 or something. In this case, you can see here previous resistance as well. Around 2076. So above 2076 or above this order block high, I think we're going to have a nice continuation. But we're already at that targeting point, so it's not something you would want to just enter short or long here at this level. So good time to just sit on your hands and think about how you missed that trade, pretty much. But
loser.
gives you faith to try again. That's good. All right, let me think here. Let's go on over to ES now. And I'm so happy for ES finally gaining its value back that it's been missing for a long time. Everyone's 401ks are trying to recover, right? Let me try off breaker blocks so they're not in the way. We'll look into this. Same type of situation. Yeah, we're on a daily order block. I'm gonna take that off. Wait. That's the chart one. I'm gonna just take off the order blocks on this one. Also, why is this still up? There you go. Anyway, still inside that daily order block. We have a 4-hour up there as well. So, you know, 4,627. Probably a level. Yeah, Michael, we go over the Neo Cloud strategy again as we continue to bounce back and see how it's doing. Something we're still working on, of course. We're trying to make sure it's viable. But it's been pretty good so far. But in this case, for ES on general analysis, you know, we had a nice change of character after BOS. We always talk about how we like to see a change of character after a BOS because essentially when a BOS is happening, when you have that break of structure, it means it's a trend continuation. And when you want to see a reversal, you don't want to see it coming in and out of changing characters because that's when it's being choppy. You want to see it come out of a BOS because that's indicating that full-on trend has broken because it did, in this case, set 2 lower highs to the downside here on the daily for the ES, and now it's broken through that. You can see the amount of volume that came through after we completely crushed that. And that was early this November. And, man, I can't believe November is actually almost over. But, man, already at, you know, retesting that high now, 4,600. Incredible. Let's see that forward curve with the crazy it's crazy this forward curve is like, man, by 2028, the ES is going to be $5,200. Like, so slow, man. We got to wait that long for $5,200. So that's kind of weak. But in this case, for now, we do need to make it back to our all-time highs. Hopefully into the new year, we can continue this rally, see 4,800. And maybe next year get 5,000. That would be pretty awesome. But for now, currently in a level in which we talk about where, you know, we're waiting. We're kind of sitting on our hands, seeing if, you know, price does want to react to this. You can see already today it's rejecting a bit. But in this case, you know, if it were to come back down, we want to see it probably break yesterday's low, which was sitting at 45.47. That would be really nice. We could go kind of fill this imbalance here. For those of you that trade imbalances, you got a massive one here on the daily. And guess what? I could also go into my price action concepts indicator, and I could click the FVGs here, and you'll see, well, bam, massive imbalance sitting right there. That could be a good level of targeting after a nice trend break there. Good, healthy retracement as well, you know, if that were to occur. But that would be a downside target if you were to break kind of yesterday's low. The volume up here has been kind of weak, and that's pretty much because of the holidays. But in this case today, finally volume kicked back in, especially with the GDP report. And, you know, we're inside we're inside some imbalance here as well, which obviously rejected in the past. So it looks like we're trying to mitigate it. We haven't fully mitigated it. Well, I guess you could say we have. if we were to have, on here, mitigation method as wick, which is pretty good actually for fair value gaps, because technically a wick mitigation is a legit mitigation because price has returned to those values. So it might be good for you guys that trade FVGs to keep that on wick, so you just know that if it has fully had price trade through that entire imbalance, and you know that price has revisited. In that case, kind of keep them off your charts, but that's why we give you options. That's why we give you close and wick and average, and it's up to you. But we'll just set on default for now because that wasn't a previous imbalance. This is the current price action concepts indicator by LuxAlgo. You can check it out on our website at luxalgo.com or the link in the description. We appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like. We're at 79. Awesome. 79 likes. Let's get up to 100. We're still waiting for that 100 mark. But for the ES here, man, we're just waiting to get out of this daily order block. You got, Mickey, you want to talk about the ES at all? I know you like looking at the ES quite a bit, so.
Yeah, man, order blocks galore.
Order blocks galore. Let me look at it real quick on my, let's go. Let's see if we get this retest low on that gas. Let me look at it real quick on our signals and overlays, and then I need to update this, and I'll do that while you're going over it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But signals and overlays, that's on Bitcoin, but let's go to ES daily real quick. You can see how extended we are. We have autopilot on. I'm going to go ahead and take off autopilot because on the daily, I don't like autopilot. Remember, we like to use autopilot on a lower time frame. So because the dashboard says 15, I changed my signal sensitivity to 15. And then we're in it, and we're ready to party. So, again, this is just the general settings. For now, as you can see... Oh, give me one sec. We do have a video on our YouTube right now, WB, on a tutorial on how to use the backtesting. So go to that video on our YouTube channel. It should be the most recent uploaded. But again, oscillator here, matrix, we hit overflow, right? A lot of buying pressure. You can see that here with the secondary colored green there. We're still at a peak. So if price were to flip here before close, there's very possible, there's a high possibility that we do start seeing that overflow fall off and then maybe get that reject. But when that overflow is active, you definitely want to just sit on your hands, wait to see when price actually wants to slow. We got a 34% block up here, 40 million in volume for that previous high there that we're retesting right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a reaction, especially being extended here with two large reversal signals with the extension. And this thing's almost maxed out. It's at 93 at that high on the oscillator. But got your exit point too from that 2 signal. So I would like to see if this wants to come off of this order block. But it is currently already having issues up here. So if that were the case, like you guys know, we see this large turning point already. We want to see that completely reset here, right? Come back to that 50 level on the oscillator. Get probably an exit signal. And of course you trade Fibonacci as well. If this were to be the high, you can see here it actually sets up beautifully for this golden zone here. The 50 sitting right at that previous breakout candle there. But again, this zone right here, the 382 to the 50 would be a great level for retracement, a real healthy retracement. And that would also reset the oscillator there. I like it continuing to the upside because the oscillator just recently flipped. You can see usually what happens here with ES and SPY. It tends to stay strong on that money flow. It doesn't flip very often, especially in this current market. So we want to see this hold out like it already is. In that case, we do need a healthy retracement. And like we said there, if you guys trade Fibonacci, or if you even trade, you don't even need Fibonacci. You can just go into the price action concepts indicator. You can turn on premium and discount zones, and you'll see those values pretty much line up roughly the same. And actually, this is pulling from the previous low. But if we wanted to adjust that, we can do so as well, which I would recommend, especially on a daily chart sometimes. You can Can't you adjust the premium discount zones? I thought you could. Maybe on the actually, I'm not updated. I think you can on the new one, but I'll update when Mickey's going over the chart. But again, this is pulling from both the highest swing points that it has in the current. I think it's 150 bars. So you have this swing to that swing. You can see based on where it retraced already, we're still in that strong premium. Regardless if it was pulled to this point as well, it would be in a premium because of this previous high. So for that retracement period, like we talked about, equilibrium is at 50%. If it were to pull from this low, you can see the 50 lining up at that same spot. So that automatically would be placed there if we adjusted that to fit this recent low. So ES there would love a healthy retracement on that. But in this case, we wait until we see that clean reaction. But Mickey, you got anything to show us on the ES?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over my order block chart since we have thousands of new members. I want to go over my order block chart from scratch all the way to what I have right now. Yeah, whenever you're ready, man.
It's all you, man. I'm gonna update my current chart as well for you guys. That way we have all the current settings. I forgot to do that.
Okay, my chart's on.
Yeah, man.
All right. What we have here is the default price action concepts on a dark background. Okay, so how do we convert this to my style and gives you some ideas for you folks to do. Okay. First things first, let me get rid of the watermark here. All right.
Patrick says, everybody clip this. Honestly, if you guys ever want to clip anything, we'll upload it. Just hit the clip button. You'll see it at the bottom of the stream.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Clip. All right. Okay. So here we go. First things first, I want to change the background. All right. We're going to go step by step, but kind of quick, right? I like a light background myself. This is a color that I came up with myself. I like a light background because it actually helps me focus. And don't laugh, it does actually help me focus on the order blocks. The black background is just a little bit too contrast for me, and I'm not concentrating, but the light background is good for me. Okay. Now I'm going to change the color bars here, right? For those of you who don't know, you go chart settings, symbol, and body. I'll just go ahead and do white, black, and I'll turn on some borders because the borders looks pretty cool. All right. So now I still have default price action concepts. Okay. This is all default. So what I like to do is I like to focus on a feature. I mean, the price action concept is awesome. It's got tens and hundreds of different combinations you can create with this toolkit. It doesn't matter.
Come on, let's see the 100 likes.
Do we get it?
They're all getting excited because they're almost there. 94. We need 6
right,
more.
I'm gonna stop talking until we reach 100. How's that?
No.
But anyway, this toolkit has a lot of features that we can use. I do not turn them all on because that's going to confuse me. It's going to cause hesitation for me, and I'm just not going to be confident. So SMC or ICT or whatever market structure theory or influencer that you follow or concept, just focus on a couple. For me, I like to focus on order blocks and breaker blocks, the retest and the breakthrough of these order blocks. Where did I learn that from? Funny, but I learned that from the LuxAlgo short video. Honest to God, it was just that one 30-second short video, and that created what I have right now. Okay, so let me turn off the default, and I'm going to turn on the one I actually use. Okay, let me go through the settings. I focus on order blocks. Okay, so I turn off everything. I turn off the internal and swing structures. I turn them off because I'm not saying they're not important. They are important on my entry chart. Okay, so the 4-hour is not my entry chart. It could be when I'm swinging, but right now I just want to focus on order blocks. Okay, so I turn them off. I leave the strong, weak, high low on. Okay, that is strong high, weak low is way down in the bottom somewhere here, right there. Okay. What else I do? Order blocks. Okay. Default is 5. It does not change the actual formula in creating the order blocks. What it does is it will show you how many you want to have visible on your chart. Okay. For those that trade market structure and scalping, you may want to leave this at default 5 or even bring it down to 3 so you can focus on the most recent structure formation. If you add too many, you may be confused and gives you a little bit more headache on the chart if you're scalping. Okay, but for me, I like to see a lot of levels on my chart. I put 500. 500 is just a random number. I could have put 5,000 or 3,000. It's not the point. The point is I just want to see as many order blocks as possible on the chart. On a given day, probably there's 50 on my chart or 20, but I just put 500 just in case. Okay. But I think TradingView or the algo, I think it allows 100 or something like that. But I leave it at 500. I show breaker blocks because
it depends how many features you have on. You can have.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay. I show the breaker blocks. They are important levels for me, and I will demonstrate that in a little bit. Okay. I'll leave the length at default. I'm not going to mess around with that. Okay. For now, I'm going to hide the overlaps. I don't want to make it too messy for the stream. Okay. And pretty much I have everything turned off. Okay. Let me go back to the settings. The order block time frames are the charting time order blocks. Okay. I changed the colors to grayish tones, and I'll explain why. Grayish tones. Okay. So on my chart, we have all these order blocks. This is a 4-hour chart. These are 4-hour order blocks and breaker blocks. Take a look at the reaction. Take a look at the reaction of an order block that was created before in the past. We're not going to pay attention, like right here. We're not going to pay attention to this order block because when this price action broke a change, created a change of character here. Okay, this order block was not here. This order block formed when price is down here. Okay, so we will not concentrate on this order block until price reaches that order block that was formed in the past.
Give us one.
Okay.
More.
All right. So take a look at the price action on these order blocks that were formed in the past. Take a look at this action. Bounced up. This order block was formed in the past. Take a look at this recent action. By the way, this is the dollar index. Look at this reaction. When the morning started, it bounced.
Mine's delayed. It said it went to 98. Somebody disliked.
From the order block that occurred in the past. Okay. So with this chart, pretty good. Let me zoom in a little bit. Take a look at this price action reacting from an order block.
Ding, 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 100.
That was formed in the past. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
All right. So let me turn this off.
We need a cool 100 graphic. I'm looking at that one.
Okay, now I like to overlay a higher time frame order blocks on my chart. Okay. Right there. Same settings as my other price action concepts. The only difference is I changed the colors of the order blocks. Green and red. And I changed the time frame from the charting time frames order blocks to the daily. Since this is a 4-hour chart, I like to use the daily order blocks on my 4-hour chart. Okay. Take a look what we have right now. So the colored order blocks are the higher time frame order blocks.
102.
Let me turn on the first price action concept that has the gray tone order blocks, the 4-hour order blocks. There you go. So this in itself is my chart. Okay, there's lots of levels, right? This chart makes me sit on my hands, right? Here's my strategy. I will not trade going into an order block. I will only trade when it bounces and rejects from an order block or goes through an order block.
Boom.
Okay. There's no special technical analysis regarding this rule. It is just a rule I made up for myself so I can follow that rule, do or die. Okay. It's not some special, technical analysis concept I found somewhere. No. It's just like the example I showed 2 weeks ago. Draw a horizontal line. There you go. Create a rule, right? But take a look at this, right? I will trade away from an order block. Take a look at this move. Look at that pump, all right? Take a look at this green order block, daily order block. I won't trade inside here. I'll give up these moves. When it comes out, I'll scalp it, right? It bounces from this breaker block. I will scalp it when it comes out. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so that is my 4-hour order block strategy. Let's go over some other instruments, okay? And take a look. Take a look at the ES, right? Take a look at these movements, right? Look at this movement out of this order block, right? Actually, this is a 2-hour. I was messing around with the 2-hour chart. Right here. Here's that same move. When price is coming out of an order block, I will go down to a lower time frame, such as a 15-minute or 5-minute. I like to look at the 15-minute and I'll scalp it from order block to order block. So what is the entry? You can use any entry. You can use signals and overlays. You can use Jacob's entry, or you could use market structure entry. On a lower time frame, scalp it when you have a change of structure going to the upside. All right. So now take a look. Price is inside this order block. I'm not touching it. I am not touching this. There's good reason. Look at this chop. It came out a little bit, right? Right. It came out a little bit. You're not winning too much, right? But hear me out. It came out a little bit. You may have been chopped up. You may have been stopped out. You may have even broken even. This is during U.S. holidays right here, Thanksgiving right here. All right. But guess what? Everyone may say, Mickey, well, that's a losing trade. Well, no. Yeah, I'll accept this losing trade because I am on the right side of the trade. At least I'm going in the right direction. This didn't pump down. It didn't kill me. It didn't flush down the toilet.
Benji, where you been?
It's still trying to push up. So I'm on a lower time frame. I'm trying for long. I'm trying for long. Whether I win or lose, I'm not getting hurt. I survive another day. According to my rules, I survive another day. Okay? Now, come to this week. We're coming out of the holidays. Let me try again. Winner, chicken dinner. Right? This one move right here made up for these 1 or 2 chops during U.S. holiday Thanksgiving. Okay? So that is my concept, right? It's not about, well, I know
WB. We're gonna have one at some point. Just
trade is not a big winner. Well, the key is how to take a loss. I'm taking small losses. I'm taking small paper cuts. I'd rather take small paper cuts than chicken dinner. I would rather take small paper cuts and wait for the big home run right here, for the big goal, right?
Brian,
and
check the link in the
this.
description. It says Discord on there. Just
take a look at this today. Price broke
I'll
out.
send it to you as well.
You were scalping this, right? You're ringing the cash register over and over and over again. Guess where your target is? Another order block. You're done. This trade is done. You want to go back into the market? Look for a short right here. When price enters inside an order block, I'm not looking for longs anymore. I'm going to look for shorts. Okay? I'm going to wait for a short. Okay? Let's head over to Tesla. Look at this chart. Look how price reacts off of these order blocks that was created in the past, right here, right? Look at this, from this daily order block, right? For me, these order blocks is powerful. Look at USDJPY. Take a look at these moves right now. Look at this reaction off these daily order blocks. This is insane. Let me turn that off. I'm going to show it to you. Now, this is a 4-hour order block. Take a look at this price action right here. Right? Why did that price all of a sudden reversed on you? You guys may be frustrated. What's going on? I hate this. I want to give up. All you guys are fake or scammers. Well, no. Sit back and figure out a reason why this. I felt this way before in the past. Well, what is going on here? I took the rejection off of this order block. Oh, what happened here? This is garbage. This doesn't work. I'm going to another strategy. No. Find a reason what happened here. Well, I found that reason. I added a higher time frame order block. That was the reason why this bounced and rejected. Okay? When price bounced and rejected off of this order block, I'm not going to continue to hold my long. You enter here, I'm going to stop right here. Okay? What if price kept on going? That's no problem. I'm sitting on my hands. I already closed out my order. I will wait for that move, right? I will take a trade in this area, right? That's the play I'm waiting for. I don't care about inside, because if I take a trade inside going long, it could go short. There's so many rules here on the inside. It's going to get me confused. So the simple rule I have, I don't want to trade when it's inside an order block. Simple. That's a simple rule for me. All right. And it works for me. All right. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, you may say, this is a little bit messy, right? Let me turn on. Okay. I have all the overlaps on. Okay. This is my actual chart. I show
Aiden from
all
New
the
Zealand. I'm
overlaps.
assuming what NZ is. What are you saying?
I show all the overlaps, right? And everyone might say, well, Mickey, your chart's messy. Well, no, I mean, you can compare my chart to, I mean, what's the fad out there with all these bubbles and what do you call that? I don't know.
Bubbles?
Heat map, or I don't know what you call that.
Oh, you're talking about the
Book map,
book map,
right?
book map.
Yeah. Some people may look at book map and say, wow, this is beautiful. To me, I get a headache with that.
Book map's good for certain things.
I will learn book map when the time has come, but it's the same thing with my chart. Other people might say, this is just so messy. Yeah, it is. But if you focus on yourself,
You guys are everywhere.
and the concept,
Welcome.
right? Who cares what other traders are posting? We don't care. I don't care if anyone loves this chart, but it works for me. Take a look at the reaction. Here, let me squish this down a little bit. It is a mess with Bitcoin. Why are all these order blocks everywhere? Because Bitcoin chops and ranges for days and weeks on end. And that's why these price actions are creating these order blocks. All right. But recently, past week, it broke out of this daily order block, and it's hitting a ceiling of another daily order block. So this was your play, back and forth. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Any other questions before I send it back to Jacob and his updated charts.
I'm trying to get our moonwalking Santa working. Where's he going? It says he's playing, but he's not showing up.
Everyone good? What did WB say? Mickey, quick $500 chance you talk for 5 minutes without saying okay. Okay.
Hey, $500, dude. You got it. Do it. Handshake deal there, WB.
I won't say okay for an hour. How much am I going to make?
Handshake deal with your boy.
That's funny. All right, Jacob. Back over to you.
Back over to me. All right. He said start over. I didn't clip that. We currently had a nice almost touching the TP of this low here, but we're just waiting on NG to kind of figure out what it wants to do. I just went ahead and put a stop right above this high because technically if it retests for third time, probably going to actually continue higher. So we'll wait to see where that heads. But in the meantime, I did update. I think I updated. Here we go. I updated on this screen. I don't know why I had two of them. I'll go ahead and leave that one. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty much looking at the same stuff now. I wanted to take a look at the some Forex for you guys. Euro USD here. It kind of had a nice little rally since Thanksgiving as well. Current market structure today is very back and forth. We're looking at the 5 minute at the moment. Yeah, very sideways. Let me go down to 130 here. There you go. There we are. But okay, let's kind of look at what we're seeing here. Remember, on a lower time frame, we like to do autopilot. So we go to midterm there. See what we're currently in. And then let me make sure I up my market structure. So look, see how the market structure, you can barely see it says BOS there. I like to go down an internal label size, put that normal so I can clearly see what's going on. But let me expand. I gotta zoom in on our chat over here. There we go. I can see it a little better with you guys. If you have questions, of course, or things you want to go over, just post it in the chat. We're happy to go over whatever asset you want to. Just post the name or the ticker symbol and the time frame. We're happy to do it. Euro right now, though, been in a chop. Why do we know that it's chopping? Well, our signals and overlays here is going back and forth, as you can see with signals. A lot of movement. Finally showing some type of price action that could be tradable after we got this change of character BOS and break of the smart trail. So in this case, with the euro, like we always talk about, with a strong signal, we want to see it retrace into that smart trail, see the money flow after it flipped, reset down here, get a turning point, and then looking for that trade setup. That is the other, strategy that we love trading. But he mentioned gold. We'll look over gold again. The euro right now, let's look at the 4 hour one time. 4 hour price action's pretty awesome. Currently bouncing off a previous high. If I were to go into the price action concepts here, we up our order blocks. Let's see if we had a breaker block there or not. I don't know if it would have formed or not. Maybe it did earlier, but bouncing off this previous high regardless. So there wasn't a breaker block there, but bouncing off that previous high is a good sign of trend continuation. And look what else you see here. Have a beautiful reset of the oscillator. So the euro right now on the 4 hour looks very strong. To what? Where we target? Go into this upper order block. So that is a decent possible trade setup. That's coming from a previous high that we saw there. So 110.4 looks good. Obviously over 110, super solid for a potential stronger move into that new high. But again, seeing that the oscillator has fully nearly reset here to 50 and prices continuing higher, really good sign that we might get a move and break through that previous high. Targets for overlay indicators. Are you talking about the free indicator? For those of you that want to know what Tommy's talking about, and actually this is kind of a good segue to talk about. I'm going to take this music off. But Yes, on our website as well, guys. For one, you can get 30 days risk-free using our indicators. For some reason, the window here is a little off. I wanted to... Tommy is talking about our library. If you go to a library tab up here, indicators that we release every single week. Bear with me real quick as I readjust this window. I don't know why it's all weird. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Why is this cutting me off? Oh, it's a gray box here. Bam. Okay, there we go. Sorry, that was for the other thing. Anyway, so again, this is our library on our website. Have a ton of free indicators for you guys as well. We do recommend going and check this out, but remember, these free indicators we usually release one time. We only update them if they're, showing some issues that it makes them not work, but that's about it. We don't update more than that. Only if there's certain things that people want. We usually just make another indicator, or we give you a free we give you an update of the current one you want. But all of our time is spent on developing the premium indicators, in which we want you to utilize with the free indicator. So remember, if you go on here, up here to the plan segment, there's free and then there's premium. You can look through everything that you get with the premium indicators, along with the ultimate, which is the new backtesting systems that we've released last week. 3 backtesting scripts going alongside each one of our premium indicators to help you automate your trades, or even backtest strategies that you might come up with, or just ideas you might have. You can test against the previous market data. But in this case, he's talking about targets for overlays indicator. I won't be going over that on stream because I haven't looked at it, so I don't really know, because we released so many. As you can see, November 28th, November 15th here, November 13th. We release a lot of indicators, but if you want to know more about it, just click see details. Check it out. A lot of these too, we do have access for MetaTrader and Thinkorswim and TradeStation, so you can also go check those out, which is very cool. But again, if you want to know what platform, click platform here. If I want to see all the ones that are for, let's say, Thinkorswim, I can click that, or MetaTrader, I can click this, and I know all these are accessible on the MetaTrader. Eventually, every one of these indicators will be accessible on all platforms, but for now, the newer ones are only accessible on TradingView, because that's where we developed them originally in PineScript. So, yeah, check that out. But if you do have more questions, though, about the premium indicators, or you want to, you just signed up for your 30 days risk-free, you want to, learn more about it, that maybe there's a question that can't be answered, that you can't figure out, you want to figure it out on your own, you can go to the resources tab, hit guides, and we have full documentation on everything that you would, common questions, tips, and tricks. We like to make it as simple as possible and give you, cautions and rules to help you with things like, our new backtesting systems, and even, our indicators as well. So like if you have a question about, the volumetric order blocks, you can go on that market structure, in the order blocks, learn about our breaker box, learn about the internal metrics for the volume, and learn about, multi-time frame, stuff like that, you might be able to figure out on your own. If not, reach out to us in the Discord. We're trying to make our Discord super friendly, where anybody can come in, ask a question. We're there. We're trying to make it, a community that's, a lot more so trading together, having fun, and being able to, build the best strategies using our indicators. So join the link in the description on that for the Discord. It's absolutely free for you guys. If you sign up for Ultimate or the Premium, you do get access to a little bit more, like scanners and stuff. But overall, the free trading area is all there for everybody. That is a paid or free member, but you can also click the Discord link in the documentation at the bottom there as well. But let's get back to the charts. Take a look at gold. We could touch on 6E, yeah, for sure. I was going to see how my natural gas short was doing. So far, almost hit target. It's been holding at this low, which is really good. We're just targeting this low. Like we talked about, we always like to target the low. We like to target a price point in which it's hit before or within the same session, usually, with this strategy. We got our stop super short now. So if this hits, it'd be a nice green day. We had one or two bad trades today. So right now up 500. But like I said, all we need is one big trade, or one normal trade to hit, and we would be in profit. We've lost two trades today already, so you can see there. We lost 1,000, or no, we only lost 500 on 2 trades. And look, now when we hit 1 trade, we're probably gonna, I think that'll be $1,500, so we'll be up 1,000 today. But we'll see how that goes here in a bit. But for now, we're gonna look over gold. For Benji, look over 6E. I actually had a short on 6E earlier, Benji. With you, I think I hit it. Let me see. I might have. No. Or yeah, I had a small profit on 6E. Never touched the same low, but on this reject there, had that trade. But now it's rallying pretty hard. What's up, Luke? Luke finally joining. How you doing, Broheem? But in this case, let's go back to gold. Let me resize this. Sorry. On our. Mickey, did you say auto or log? To get, you remember how I was saying?
Yeah, right click it.
The price?
The price axis.
Okay.
And scale price chart only.
Okay, so if I hit the reset, then it does that. It's not working. Weird.
Right click the axis, scale price chart only, and then enable auto fits.
Okay, there you go. So if I do this too, does it? Nice. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
so we're working.
Around,
look at me. Good. I'm a beginner.
Look at you.
Okay, let's take off the regular blocks for now. Let's go look at gold. We talked about gold. Gold was in a state in which we were still kind of skeptical because it's been kind of extended here. But nice little upside move, and honestly, it hit the trade that we look for with our default settings. Freaking love this strategy. In this case, what we look for, we look for a flip of the money flow with a strong signal. We like for everything to line up right. We want to see a retracement after its first move and bounce off that smart trail, and then our entry point is a turning point on the oscillator, but at 50 or below 60 really is as high as we'll let it go is 60. But below 60, we wait for that turning point. We take our trade based on that candle, and then set our stop below that swing low, and then we target usually a 2-to-1, or if there's an upper order block, we target that. So this would have played out perfectly on gold today on the 5-minute there. Lovely 2-to-1 ratio for $6 and 92 cents, nearly $7 move. For those of you that trade, ticks was 692 ticks, which is pretty crazy. But nice little opportunity there with the gold, our premium setup that I really like when you're using all 3 indicators together. And it hit, obviously, that upper order block that we always talk about. But in this case, let's go to a higher time frame, make sure we're looking at our overall analysis. We talked about how this order block here was significant to us, and that is definitely something we want to continue to watch. We're extremely extended, but we do have overflow, right? We're continuing the overflow on the oscillator. So, if this overflow kind of holds here, but the oscillator resets and it comes back closer to 50, this thing has room to go. It might break through that upper order block, previous resistance. Oh, darn it. I missed the trigger of that. So we filled on nat gas. Lovely trade. I think it was 1,500. Let's see here. Yeah, it was because we were down 500. So up 1,100 on the day on our 150K account. We're at 4K now. For those of you that know about the 150K challenge, you have to hit 9K. This is so what happened was we were about 25 days into figuring out what strategy we like the most trading against a prop firm. We discovered the Neo Trail has been the strongest of the Neo Cloud strategies. So I was about to re-up for the 50K account, but the past week it did like 3 or 4 profitable days in a row. So I was like, man, if this is going to continue to be like this based on just the Neo strategy, or the Neo Trail strategy, then I'd rather, instead of paying $50 for that monthly, re-up fee or whatever, to top step. Let's just upgrade to the 150K account, trade larger lot sizes, and see how it does. So day two, we're at 154,000. We have to hit 9,000 for passing. So we're sticking strictly to that Neo trail, and it's been really good. But mostly been good for commodities and currencies. YM, we had a trade. This is a failed trade today, which is kind of a bummer, to be honest, because it hit, actually. So we took our trade right at this high. We closed it right on this candle. But notice here it reverses, and it hit this low right here. So that actually would have played out. But another reason why YM and ES and NQ is kind of weird with this, because it's very trend-based strategy. But like gold and nat gas and oil and these currencies do a great job. You look at crude today hit it. But like as you can see here, this is an entry point, but you would take it at this low. You wouldn't, because think about it. If you take it at this low here, your stop loss is if that trail flips. Where does the trail flip? Well, it's when a candle closes below it, so it'd be right here. And then your target is the previous, in my opinion, the body close and open of these candles at these highs. So I've been right there. So your ratio is 6 to 1 off of that. Absolutely insane. I usually stop losses again with 150K. No. I'm always thinking when it flips. I think it's really strong, really OP if you're doing it based on it closing below. Because if I were to set a stop, right here, then it could wick it, and then it's like just kills you because it could close back up, right? So I think mental stop on it as long as it just closes below. Because in this case, we're entering at such a great price for the trend continuation that you can, essentially if it does end up closing below it, you're not really at that big of a loss. Obviously, when I'm trading 5 lots, it seems like a big loss, but compared to the account size, it's not. But in this case, yeah, it's well worth not having a stop. What I do, though, is I will trigger a bracket and have the bracket sit way down here for a stop. And then if I'm riding an entry for a while, like I was on like 6E here, I was riding this entry to hit this low, and it was very slow. I'll eventually, if it's taking too long to come back to that point, I'll move the stop if I think it's like weakening or something. But a lot of times I just leave it. But yeah, so ES and YM and NQ been kind of like skeptical about using. But gold right now, like I said, 4 hour guys, this is a level in which you want to just be patient. It did kind of bounce roughly off a small fair value gap or large fair value gap there, but it's at the very top of it. So in that case, I'm not a massive fan of what it's trying to do right now. If it does bull flag though, this, gold likes to obey patterns like that. So bull flag, essentially, it would have to reject here, not retest that high. We have to get a kind of a pullback, reject like this and then break out. I like it that way because guess what? You know why bull flags are so strong is because it gives time for something like an oscillator or that trend to kind of get that exhaustion out from extending so much and then refueling to go again, right? So that's why bull flags are so effective, especially in uptrends. But in this case, we do have an imbalance sitting there. If that could come back down. We're at TP almost 3 on the signals and overlays indicator. The X is there. I think the max is 3 on those. I'm about 10% or 99% sure on that. But it might be 4. Can't remember. But again, when you start seeing more than 2, then you know that this thing is just being very strong trend on the exit signals there for the signals and overlays. But in this case, man, what a move we've had here on the 4 hour chart for gold. Really want to see if it can, break through this previous high we had back in May. But again, remember, this isn't an all-time high. This is still, I don't think it's an all. No, it's not. It can't be an all-time high. I'd be shocked. Go to the weekly chart here. Is it? Maybe I'm thinking of gold then. I guess it is an all-time high. Wow. That's impressive. So gold might be an all-time high here, Mickey. That's insane. So maybe we'll get some big buyers through that all-time high if we get it. I didn't realize it was that high. So that's my bad. I'm thinking of oil then, probably. But man, what a already move in the past 3 weeks. I mean, you can see how strong these past 3 weeks have been. Hopefully, we can clear that high then. But in this case, nice little setup. That this thing wants to go, man. This thing does want to go. All-time high 2085. Yeah, it looks like it. This here, 2075, 2070, 2070. GC is a little bit higher. Obviously, trades a different price. So the gold future, obviously, all-time high there, 2089. Obviously, all these different exchanges as well, guys. There'll be a little bit of slippage in price. It differs quite a bit. But 2100 would be definitely a new all-time high across the board, more than likely. Boom, 5. Oh, that's so nice now, Mickey, that it works.
The little things in life.
Right. Well, that works so well. Yeah, gold breaking all-time highs is not necessarily a great thing. For sure there, John. It's cool to see, but like, yeah, people are trying to protect themselves. What does width of the smart trail indicate? Well, I mean, this is volatility indication. So like, if it does get thicker like this, if it's really big, you can tell that there's not, there is a lot of volatility and it's not really going anywhere. For the newbies, it's a lot easier to just tell you guys the direction. Like, you could even draw it if you want, if it makes you feel better. Draw it, right? Like, this thing isn't going anywhere. Plus, look at the difference here. Is that we talked about this before. Why is this increasing when it's in a downtrend, right? In that case, I'm not really a fan of trading like the 5 minute, like the 3 minute. We're just trading based on the rules. So like in this case, like here you can even see 3 minute here, it's trending downwards, right? So that's what we say. Look at how it's playing off. But for the Neo Trail, we just obey what it gives us. On when they overlap, we take it. In this case, wow, we actually on gold might get a setup. The only thing, yeah, actually we might. Here's the other thing, by the way, with the strategy that I like a lot, is this right here. So if you ever see this line up with a previous high, that's proper market structure, right? Proper trend following. In that case, really, really like it for continuation, especially if it lines up. So actually, in this case, while we're waiting, or we're sitting here, I'm going to actually set an entry. I'm going to put it right at 26.7.8. 26.7.8 there. Let's see here. To that high. I still have to get used to my risking on this. To that high is 27 ticks. So, yeah, not 1. Let's see. 5 gives you 1350. We're up 1100 today. We'll do 5. And then stop loss is set. I set like 50. So we'll set a limit there. See if it hits it. And then we target that high, right? So in this case, that's not where I'm taking taking a stop loss. Absolutely not. I just leave it there, just like if I need to move it later. But in this case, our stop would end up being about here, which is $250. So it's not bad, right? Targeting that high for 1350. We would end up taking that stop there unless there's a bigger candle and it occurs to come down to about here, which would be about 500. But again, still good risk to reward with the 500. But for now, we bring it all the way down here because we don't want it triggering if it does end up wicking. So I'm going to leave that there. We'll come back to it, see if it hits. Mickey, do you have a YouTube channel, bro? He's asking.
No.
I thought, no, your YouTube is like LuxAlgo or something, isn't it?
Oh, you can click on my name there. It's nothing. It's
YouTube
empty.
Your YouTube channel is LuxAlgo, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a YouTube channel. I got nothing to YouTube.
He's on here. Mickey can take over if you want to hear. If you have a question for Mickey, just shoot it out there, Chip. He's glad to answer it. And we can flip to his chart, whatever you guys want. You just let us know.
Yeah, I could flip over to my signals and overlays.
Humble. I mean, I agree. I think gold being healthy is, it's a good indication of the market healthy as well. But there's always a balance, right? Always a good balance on it. It's like inflation is healthy, right? Inflation is a healthy measurement of the market. We always have to have inflation for our economy to continue to grow. But it's like if there's too much inflation, then it's not good. If there's too less of inflation, it's still not good. Sorry. If like obviously the lower inflation is, the better. But there has to be inflation.
What are you, JP Powell now? What's going on?
Well, he's talking about gold and the gold increase and stuff. Is good, and it is for sure. But it's like there's always a healthy balance with all of these. Good arguments for sure. It's fun to argue about all of it, so long as you can handle your anger. Some people can't. But it's always healthy. Let's see. Let's get some crypto up in here. Might as well go back to Bitcoin. I know somebody asked Bitcoin earlier. Bitcoin hasn't moved since we probably last looked at it. Let's look at the 15-minute. Let's move it down. Mickey, my chart screwed up again. No, I'm kidding. Different. Wait, does that work? It did work. Oh, okay. Bitcoin. Wow. 15-minute reject. Okay, here you go. I wonder if this would play out. This is rejecting a very nice. This has come out very nice fair value gap there. But look at this market structure. When you see this clean of market structure, it's really nice for, especially in like an intraday chart. Yeah, we can look at Amazon. But like notice very clean, change of character into break of structure. This rejected a high, right? Comes back down. You have another change of character. You have a lower high. You have a break of structure. Price comes back, retraces into this fair value gap, and it's now rejecting it. It's like all of that. Very clean market structure. You gotta love it when that happens. It took a minute for it to form. Obviously, you had to change character, but after that, beautiful lower high to break the structure again. Let's see here. Oh yeah, gold is always the gold argument's fun, but gold has always been a good hedging asset. Remember COVID, everybody was buying freaking gold bars and crap, which is obviously still a big thing since COVID. VFC has a great setup. On what kind of setup are you looking at? Short, long, and what time frame? We can check out Amazon, but Bitcoin for now looks good for a retest this low for sure. Let's look at Amazon there for our friend Murtaza. Hopefully I said that right. But 15-minute here. Look at it bouncing off that 1 hour order block. Look at that retracement to this opening gap here. This is pretty cool. Bounced off of that. This was on last Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. But overall, man, let's see here. Bouncing off this 1 hour order block here, 146. Really the top of this order block. It did reject that fair value gap before, which is good. So maybe if this were to continue this breakout, we have I think we got entered. I know we didn't, not yet. My phone buzzed. I was wondering if actually we'll see it pop up if we do, I think. But in this case, Amazon right now looks good here on the 1 hour. So long as it holds that support, you kind of got a double, I wouldn't say double bottom, but you have a nice support level here that happens at 146. Like I would just say 146 to make it easy. But again, targeting that imbalance is good. We're in a slight range. We're above a high. Let's go to the daily. For those of you that didn't buy Amazon, by the way, under $100, you're crazy. I mean, this was like the premium or the discount of a lifetime, by the way. I stocked up in the 90s. I wish I could have gotten the 80s, but we were sitting on the 90s for sure. Big time. Like 100. Amazon, 90 bucks. I'm buying as much as I can. That's crazy. $90. But again, here, we're up over this previous high, right? It's a good spot to be sitting for Amazon because, you know, we're up over 2 previous highs, right? Two levels of strong resistance. So we're still holding that price. I would like for it to break off of this 150, you know, psychological level, halfway to 200. There, once we broke the 100 level, but again, you have this upper order block 157.50. We can look at the NASDAQ for sure. But gold wanted to trigger me there, but didn't yet. See if it does. But, you know, Amazon, so long as it holds, I would say, honestly, this box here, 144 that I drew. The low of this day is probably a good place to mark off. Low is 144.57. So if it holds over 144.50, I think you would be really good for a breakout here soon. Obviously, Amazon's going to move with the market as well, so keep an eye on, you know, the NASDAQ and SPY and ES. Make sure we're continuing there. But as long as we're holding 145 to 144.5, I think you're safe on the long run. But again, if you ever see a company like Amazon go below $100 a share, you better be buying. Just telling you, you better be buying. I wonder, what is AMD at now? Yeah, like AMD, I've been holding this thing since like $15, but like when this was in the 60s, it's just like, it's a no-brainer. NVIDIA, however you guys want to pronounce it. I mean, this thing dipped below the 200s, which was massive buy back in last year. Last year. What an absolute monster this was. I remember this earnings in May. That earnings was incredible. NASDAQ, though. Somebody want to look at the NASDAQ. This is the same situation we were talking about on the ES. We really, like, in this case, the NASDAQ has more room to go. All right, we filled on gold here. So we'll keep an eye on this. Remember, yeah, we got a very low risk reward. So if this smart trail gets broken and it closes right below that smart trail, then we close out of it. In this case, though, too, it's in an interesting, like, slow uptrend. So it being kind of, you know, an hour and a half before close, it probably won't play out looking at it, the current price action. But it might, you know. That's why we take every entry we can get. But in this case, if that wouldn't have broken right here on the downside, this would have been green this whole time, or this would have been bullish this whole time, and we wouldn't end up taking this entry because that smart trail got broken down here. Crazy enough, because this was a strong movement. But we'll see if it holds up here, and then we got 34 seconds, so we actually might end up closing out of this. I'm gonna just have this up just in case. I see it already flipping. This is why why we play the smart trail like this, is because we might close out immediately and we only lost a tiny bit, right? So we'll see if it closes. So I just kind of keep my finger on the close button. 9 seconds. Let's see. See, you can see it ticking back and forth there. I usually give it a second or two after the fact, just in case, because sometimes, like in this situation right there, okay, because you saw that. In this situation, this candle didn't close it underneath it. The candle that's on right now is trying to. But this is where it can kind of get a little iffy too, because this could have a 3-minute sell-off and be down here, and it can be kind of rough. But again, you know, if it doesn't fully close, we don't take it, right? We wait. So we got 2 minutes 30 seconds to wait on that. You see my dancing Santa I downloaded. I was hoping I could get him on the screen, but for some reason he wasn't working. But where were we? We were on on the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ, I don't know. What did you want to see there, KH? Did you want to see on the 4-hour? He said, what are you settings for PIC for this chart for order blocks? We went over it earlier, so I got to keep an eye on this. But essentially, I have 4 versions of the price action concepts, one with different time frame order blocks. I have the purple order blocks, which are the daily time frame order blocks. We have gold order blocks, which is the 4-hour time frame order blocks. And then we have another one, which is the 1 hour, and those are white. And then we have one that's just chart that we tick on and off. Sometimes we can see that way we have multiple time frames seeing what levels are occurring. But in this case, we like this area for a potential reject, by the way, on the NASDAQ because it's been super extended on the oscillator as well. If we go to NQ, you know, so the daily. Very extended on the oscillator, so I think we knew. Oh, the money flow came off of the NASDAQ there. All right, we got a minute left on this. Let's see if it does want to break this or not. So we'll give it a second. But gold is in play. And it does look like it's probably going to close lower. Sometimes I will close early if this situation occurs where it closes right at that low, right? Which it can suck, but also be good at the same time. Just, you have your ideal entry there. So it's, this is when it could be a little weird because if it didn't fully close by one tick underneath it, right? Didn't fully close by one tick, then you're kind of the next candle. You're kind of playing a little awkward because it would have to close up in order for the smart trail not to flip. But let's see. If this flips back, though, this is exactly why you wait for it to close. So if it flipped back, then, you're still riding it. So we got 8 seconds here. Looks like it's going to close below it. All right, at 2 seconds, I'm going to close it. So then we'd be done. See, that trade's over. It's nice, nice and quick and out. We're up 652 today. Remember, we've been back and forth on these trades. But, green's green, right? So in this case, it closed below it, but like the risk or reward is so small there. Normally it's even smaller, but just because it closed right at where it would flip is why it was a little bit bigger there. But again, you're trading 2 to 1 there. Really, you had 1,300 or 1,400 to 600. I think we lost 550 or something. Do you change the show last value on or the length value order blocks? Yes. So I like to see all of them. I put 2 zeros after the 5. 5's default. I just put 2 zeros. So the max, depending on how many features, is between 100 and 125. But depends how many features you have enabled. But I just put 2 zeros there so then I know that no matter what I am getting the max amount of order blocks. In this case, let's see here. We were looking at ES with a reject. Dragon said, "Hello, D-Gens." Man, 123 likes. Let's go, guys. We appreciate it. Hour 35 here, man. Still got some time. Is there any questions you guys have? You guys are new users of LuxAlgo. We're happy to answer some questions as well. For those of you that are new here too, remember we do have the new backtesting system that has been released to our Ultimate members. The signals and overlays one has been worked on for over a year with our beta testers. Back when last Black Friday, we released this to anybody that signed up for lifetime. They were able to beta test it, and then now we released all 3 for each indicator. So if you have questions, I can go over generalized questions on the backtesting system. We're not going to just backtest things. So like if you have questions on how to, use an external indicator or utilize, other premium indicators within the backtesting ones, we can answer stuff like pretty basic stuff. But I'm not going to go on here and try to build out a strategy because, it comes down to what you want to see as a strategy, not what we can come up with, right? In this case, I kind of do want to look back on some of these and see if the Neo trail is setting up on anything else. Man, nat gas still going lower there. What was HG there? Just had a... See, silver had a weird one there. It was very weak volume. But copper... I like the copper setup a little bit better. Silver had a strange retracement spot. I wonder if Copper would actually set up here. I'm gonna set an alert. The push function, so that I'm able to push that to Trading or NinjaTrader. Okay, so yes, Gabriel, there's only certain brokers that allow automation. NinjaTrader, I'm not entirely sure if they allow webhooks. I know for a fact Tradeovate does not. Tradeovate, you would have to find a well, actually there is, I think, one, and I can't remember what it's called, but I would do some research on looking for either third parties that allow webhook trades. But other than that, you have to use like 3 commas or Traders Post, which has TradeStation. Traders Post does TradeStation, or whatnot. But when you do have the backtester up and you create the alert, you have to copy the exact code that TradeStation or whatever broker that allows for webhook trading. Or Bybit, there you go. Yeah, I think they do it, but you could just use, I think Binance. No, 3 commas. 3 commas allows you to do that. But again, you have to copy their code and go through their documentation on your broker in order to know what to input into the alert system on TradingView. So this is completely separate from the LuxAlgo backtester. What do you use set as alerts? I've read that the new PAC has an exit from order block as an alert choice. Haven't updated my price action concept. Well, that'd be the best. I mean, it depends on what your strategy is. Order blocks alerts are good. In this case, I do want to keep an eye too, by the way, on or we just gold. Yeah, gold. See if it does bounce. Pine Connect, yeah. So there's certain ones I don't even know. I don't do the automation because I enjoy the trading process. Automation, it's a cool concept, but like, I mean, I can just throw my money into, I don't know, just a normal fund, and they can just
join the other side.
But we enjoy doing the charting and trading ourselves for sure. But I know a lot of you guys,
like manual trading. Nothing like manual.
I know a lot of you. Well, stuff like the Smart Trail too, like this type, you have to watch it, like the Smart Trail strategy. But for those of you that, if you discover, there's a lot of profitable strategies people are discovering. We're already blown away by all the back testings that you guys have released. Like, it's absolutely insane.
Did you hear? They announced the winners already.
Oh, did they? Hold on, let's do that.
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Where do we announce it? In the
backtest room.
Backtesting news. Okay, guys. Yeah. Wow, guys, you won.
Would they win? We're having chicken dinner.
$1,000.
Woo!
So again, we had a giveaway to people that shared the best backtesters for $1,000 each to 3 people. So congrats to our winners. Yeah, we had a Napkin, Kim Bong, and then Guinness as well. So great job. And I feel like I'm butchering your name every time I say that, and I'm sorry if I am. But Giannis, is that it? I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah, Giannis.
Even the basketball
sounds like
player.
a basketball player, Giannis.
Is that how you say it? Because I don't even.
I think so. I don't know.
Is he saying it right? Because I know I'm probably not saying it right.
Well, I don't care. I'm just saying Giannis.
Right. Okay, Giannis it is. We'll see what the chat says. It's just sound like an idiot over here saying it wrong. But congrats, guys. We like to do these giveaways for you guys. We just gave away $3,000, $1,000 to 3 winners with the 3 best backtesting systems that we saw. So I appreciate it. If you're an Ultimate member, it's within the Ultimate Laboratory. They shared it in the shared backtesting. And yeah, actually, I mean, I might as well just, let me see here. Hold on one second. Let me pull up. Is this the right Discord?
I guess my entry didn't win.
So it is it Giannis then? Or Giannis? Is it G or G?
This is like the basketball player. So it's Giannis.
Let me see. Now we gotta know. There you go. Good job, man. That's awesome, dude. Man, just won $1,000. Literally just paid for your entire yearly subscription to LuxAlgo. Just by signing up for the ultimate and creating one of the best strategies. How to pronounce. Here we go. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis. See? We were both wrong.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm never going to forget that. Let's do it real slow.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. That's insane. All right, Giannis. I love it. There we go. Now I sound more official. Giannis. Dude, that's awesome. Congrats, man. Be on lookout from... Yeah, you guys did insane with these back tests. And, of course, if you're an Ultimate member, you can see you know what? If I go to Discord on here, am I already signed in? Okay, I'm not signed in. I was going to show you guys under the Ultimate. I guess I could.
Well, how about this?
Let me
Flip it to my signals and overlays, and while you get that set up.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And I'll be real quick, and I'll flip it back over to you.
Oh, yeah, you're good. I'm just going to capture a window here real easily. Discord.
All right. I'm up, right?
Yeah.
All right. Signals and overlays. Really easy concept, really easy strategy. You can build off of this. This is not a complete strategy, but you can build off of this, okay? We have the top chart, signals and overlays. I have NeoCloud with the colors, with AI signals, classifier on. Auto trend, long term. Simple, right? Top chart, 4 hours. Bottom charts, 15 minutes. Right here.
Giannis.
Right here, we have bearish NeoCloud. How do I take an entry off the lower time frame? I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to draw the box. My box will be globally. It will print. It will draw on the bottom chart. Global, right? Because I clicked on global drawing. Right here, right? Change the colors a bit. We'll give that red. Okay. See this box up top here? Let me do this. There. Okay. Okay. Top chart's 4 hours. Bottom chart, 15 minutes. So here's your entry. When you have the NeoCloud flip to the downside, right here. That's your entry. You go down to a lower time frame. You scalp this sucker. Here you go. Okay? Now, on a lower time frame, it flips back. NeoCloud bullish. See that? NeoCloud bullish. Okay? We wait. While the lower time frame NeoCloud is being bullish, the higher time frame is still bearish. Still bearish, still bearish. The lower time frame, it flips back down to bearish. There's another entry. Right? Let's measure this out. Let's measure this trade out. We'll go from here. Maximum. What is that? Over 180 pips. Okay, this is USD JPY pips. 180 pips. So you've gotten something in between, something from 1 pip to 180 pips, right? You eating chicken dinner right here.
Keyword.
Oh, shit. All right here. Here's another
10
entry.
seconds. You get 10 seconds of chicken.
Here goes another entry. Let's measure this out. Maximum 232 pips. Let's just say you went NeoCloud to NeoCloud. All right. It flipped right there.
It's with the signals and overlays indicator, Edwin.
You exit right there. If you went NeoCloud to NeoCloud flip, you're at 150 pips. You are done. Well, for me, I'd be done for the week with 150 pips. Okay? It's the same. Look at this move. Look at this move. Draw the box here, my friends. All right? This is a bullish NeoCloud. Same thing. On a higher time frame, it's all bullish. So on a lower time frame, you're going to look for the same setups going long. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Okay. Back over to you,
Well,
Jacob.
Mickey,
and,
real quick, he's asking what he indicator signals and everything, but like what your settings are real fast. Just do that real fast.
Yeah, sure. There you go. Signal mode, confirmation plus exit. It's pretty much a standard on all my charts.
Michael, we can look at that in a sec.
I'm not too much of a contrarian trader. I'm always going with the trend, confirmation and exits. I have the AI signal classifier enabled. Okay. I use the autopilot long term. Okay. And I show 1, 2, 3, 4, all values of the AI classifier. Okay. And I have NeoCloud enabled. That's it. Simple chart.
Easy.
Nice and easy. Easy
We
peasy lemon
appreciate
squeezy.
that, Mickey.
All right. Let's see who the winners are.
Yes. All right. So, I did want to just talk about the Discord real fast. We've done a lot of updates. I'm excited to share them with you guys. But again, for those of you that are an Ultimate member, you can see this. Those of you that aren't, we're asking about seeing where those strategies are. Ultimate Laboratory is our new section for these guys. We have resources in here, but we have a backtesting chat, and then we have, wow, that's pretty insane. Okay, 600 trades. But again, these guys are going through some crazy napkin. See, people are freaking out. They just won. But yeah, like we said, our winners are Giannis. I think I said it right this time. Napkin, and then Kim Bong. That's a pretty hilarious name. One of our Lux pros. But again, these guys put in the time to share their backtests, and create backtests that make sense. Ones that have, the best results. We gave parameters on this for this giveaway. As you can see back here, we had a contest, 3 lucky winners, $1,000 cash each. We wanted to make sure that we had 100 trades or more. The percent profitable with a profit factor that makes sense, and a low max down draw. That's all we said. So people, again, if you're part of the Ultimate plan, they're constantly sharing their updated back testing, right? Things that work for them, and making sure you guys can all utilize them as well. The best ones we see, we pin them. So go to the pin, and then you say Giannis right here. I think he was the first one that was pinned. We see he explained his entire strategy. He did a few of them, but he's utilizing there's napkin in his. We're pinning these strategies in here for you guys to be able to go back and look at them. So if you have any questions, the winning back tests are within the pinned messages here. Okay, so go, if you are an Ultimate member, go to the pinned messages within the shared back test, and you'll see the winning strategies. And also, reach out to Giannis if you want. I mean, he might respond. And man, you had the penguin emoji or the penguin thumbnail on your YouTube account too, and on your thing, your profile pic. That's awesome. Anyway, but yeah, so go check out the pinned messages in there to show you guys, if you want to find them, and obviously you can chat in there as well. But again, our winners are Giannis, Napkin, and Kim Bong. So congrats to you guys. Make sure to DM Sean or Smack to claim your prize. So great job on that. And make sure you read the update here if you are an Ultimate member as well. We're making a forum for the backtesters as well. But for now, shared backtesting is where we're going to put it. So stay tuned for the forum that we're going to launch too. So be really awesome for all of our Ultimate members out there. But yeah, if you're a winner, make sure to DM, and we appreciate all the entries as well. Stay tuned for in the future. We always like to do little contests like this, especially with the new things that we release as well. I was looking to see if I got filled on this. The Japanese yen had a setup as well. Wanted to see. Still not filled. We haven't, an hour left. I might just cancel that. Is this work in Indian stock market, Bank Nifty, and Nifty and stocks? Please suggest useful indicator. Yes, it works on any market that is on TradingView. And please don't spam that one more time either. don't send it again, please, because I just answered your question. And he did. Okay, well, I guess it's timeout time. I answered your question. Sorry, if you spam it, then you go timeout. Wow, gold had a gap up. I'm seeing that here on the futures. Gold futures had a gap, obviously. Yeah, the other gold doesn't. Crude oil. We didn't really have a chance to chat about crude oil, not on the daily time frame. I should have looked at it. Remember, we talked about how it was in the low 70s, which is pretty awesome. So stock up on your gasoline while you can. But great price action. I love trading crude. It's one of my favorite things to trade, especially with our strategy. It's just a very nice price action. You can see here even on the daily. I don't know. Sorry, there. If Tesla people have done on Tesla, Apple, and SPY. I mean, it makes more sense, We can look at Bitcoin. A lot of people nowadays, trading futures or Forex or, crypto because, for one, they can automate it if they wanted to. Two, prop firms, big movement right now. Things for like Tesla, Apple, SPY. I think a few people have. But SPY, remember, SPY is similar to ES. It's similar to the ES future. So if you see people, I think there's quite a few that were based on the ES future as well. So that's the same as SPY there. But again, you can utilize these more than likely on other assets. I mean, you can use them and tweak them yourself. So when you see it, pull up an asset that you would like to trade, try it out, try the settings that person posted, see if it works. If it doesn't, then you can kind of tweak it a bit, see if it's any better. We'll look at Bitcoin again. Is there any specific time frame you'd like to look at for Bitcoin? Current crude oil, guys, what do you see? Because I see something that's, pretty easy pattern to spot if you are a long-term trader or have been trading for a while, like me and Mickey here. But we have an inverse head and shoulders here on crude oil that is formed. So, this bullish pattern, pretty strong bullish pattern, honestly. So look for that breakout. Probably fill this imbalance right here. Probably hit 80 at least. But 15 minute on Bitcoin. All right, you got it, my friend. Oh man, I don't think we're gonna get filled here on. We'll give it maybe one more chance on the Japanese yen. I was gonna see. YM's coming back. Yes, inverse head and shoulders is correct. RTY mini Russell could have a setup, but it's still kind of late in the day, so. And that gas just kept going. All right, let's go look at Bitcoin. Where am I at? Boom, Bitcoin. Bitty coin, 15 minute. Okay. Bitcoin, the 15 minute. We talked about, actually, Jesus, we talked about this a second ago. Forgot. We rejected that previous swing low, right? Which is really good. Proper market structure in the current 15 minute time frame. Broke this low. We swept that previous low there. Now it's what I see so far on the 15 minute is a bear flag, right? We have a easy bear flag formation. We want to see if it can break down. For those of you that don't know what a bear flag is, essentially you want some type of impulse to the downside or up, or for bear flags to the downside. I have a nice impulse here. Then you want to be setting higher lows and higher highs, and eventually breaking out of it and setting a new low. So if this were to break this structure point here, so if we get, this spot here to be broken, then I would look for a short to break the low on Bitcoin. So that's how you spot that bear flag, when you get that higher high and you get the higher lows after a bearish impulse. In this case, so far, it's, volume is kind of low. It's coming to the end of the, New York session. So we'll see if it breaks that low. If it does, then of course, we have several levels to target to the downside. I would say probably 37,500, TP1 or target 1. Then below that, you have this 4-hour order block sitting there at 37,127. But for now, bearish on Bitcoin 15-minute. 1 hour is in a bullish break of structures. We can see in our structure scanner up here. Thank you. Do you use VWAPs with LuxAlgo? I mean, people do. I personally don't use VWAP. I used to use it all the time, but like I just discovered that I don't really need it anymore. But VWAP in general is honestly, besides LuxAlgo, is probably one of my favorite indicators. It's one of the most widely used indicators across the trading world or industry. VWAP has been pretty highly traded.
Guess where that's added in one of our indicators?
And it in is it in PAC?
Sessions.
Oh, in this, yeah, but that's
that's a little secret.
Oh yeah, so that is an interesting one. The sessions VWAP. So actually, if you wanted to, have your sessions up, those of you that are like to view sessions, the sessions indicator is pretty awesome. It automatically plots them for you here. It'll load. I actually have a preset default. I'm gonna just reset this. But we're in we're in New York right now. I think you do have to. Yeah, never mind. We're good. But again, you can go into your settings now. New York, I can say VWAP. So just the New York session VWAP, just London session VWAP, just Tokyo, and then Sydney. Obviously, we mostly focus on London and New York, but we're at the current New York session VWAP as well. NeoCloud, yes, is within our signals and overlays indicator. So it's under the premium package. But, we haven't gone over this on stream just yet. But if you went to the LuxAlgo website, we now offer 3 plans for you guys if you want to get started, which is really cool. Pricing's a lot different. But again, essentials, we have an essential plan. You just get the price action concepts indicator. You can use it. So a lot more affordable for you guys that are new. And you also do get the 30 days risk free. So, if you want to start, within our indicators, you can start there with price action concepts, which again, if you're into price action, which I would be, especially if you're want to be a day trader or something, then great start with our indicators. But premium, you get all 3 and you get the signals and overlays, which is my personal favorite because you literally can identify when you're in a range, when you're not. And I hate trading ranges, so I like to know when I'm in a trend. And so that's why I pretty much use it the most. But man, I think we're slowing down a bit here. We're probably gonna call it here in about 15 minutes or so. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you just let us know. Happy to answer them. Again, if anybody on the backtesters needs to know anything specific, not like, oh, what's the best profitable strategy? Because you can go into the shared backtest and you can figure that out for yourself. But like, just if there's a feature or something you're having an issue with or need to know, just let me know. We're happy to look over that. And man, I think I'm just gonna not even. I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it like 2 more minutes and see if it actually wants to get some volume. But this day, actually, I kind of want to look at the NQ. Tried to go up the RTY. I was going to see if it wanted to go. It didn't. Gold. See, gold's come back down after that. This is a very interesting version, and sometimes I like to note this as well. When you have like a weirdly conflicting smart trail, but then you go into this, technically this smart trail, because of the volatility early on here, it broke it. Noting that, overall this should have just been in a bullish smart trail this whole time, but that volatility this morning kind of broke it, and then it had an awkward smart trail is continuing, but that's because the volatility broke it. But so seeing that is not always the best, probably one to trade. But of course, always here to help. NASDAQ trying to, man, I just don't even know I want to trade the NASDAQ. Yeah, I would be taking the trade if it went up to this high here, because the structure wouldn't play very well. I will set an alert though to see how it reacts. We want that easy market structure. Ooh, man, that thing came way down there. What do I mainly trade? I mean, I could. There you go. I mainly trade futures. So these are the futures I trade. YMNQ, ES, RTY, GC, which is gold, crude oil, nat gas, copper, silver. This is the British pound. We trade the euro futures and the pound futures. Australian dollars. I mean, it just depends if they set up. But like that, like Japanese yen future right now is like the only one that's kind of setting up on the bull side. And then sometimes bonds, not all the time. If there is a clean setup and it's moving well that day, we'll trade it. Of course, Diego. I mean, we're gonna be here, man. Gonna be here in and out quite a bit. But the bonds, yeah, sometimes not much though. Man loves the UB1. UB1's probably the best one volume, honestly, volume based. But mostly the commodities. I love gold and crude oil and nat gas are probably the most fun to trade. And then like the euro. But I mean, this thing is not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to cancel this. It's so slow right now. We'll see if it ends up doing anything, and then maybe we'll look at it. But for now, as slow as can be. I want to get our moonwalking Santa up here, but he's just not cooperating. Let me see. Try it again.
I guess you got to throw the chicken up.
He's supposed to be on screen right now. I can see him on the...
I know you're pissed because you can't use the bees anymore.
Oh, I can use the bees. Well, I guess because of your coloring. Yeah, he took that coloring off.
Yeah, no more bees.
Let me see. He said, are you having a backtest strategy for the ES? What are you using? No, not currently. Currently, I do not have a backtest strategy on the ES. I mean, I had something I was working on for a while, but like honestly, I'm finding way more success with the Neo trail, so I'm just kind of sticking to that for a little bit, for a decent bit. I wanted to see. Let me see what else we got going on here. Yeah, man, the ES got kind of hammered today. It's still green now, which is pretty impressive. So we had a great pre-market. What a up-down move. So overall session I was bearish as soon as we got into the New York session. But I was gonna see. I wonder. Shoot out anything you guys might want to look at. Happy to look at it, but we're just kind of I'm just scanning now at this point. Let's look at news this week. Just jump over to looking at the news this week. Might as well see what's going to be coming out by the end of the week. And then we'll go from there. News. Oh, I already had it up. Look at me. This week. All right. Monday, obviously, we had a little bit of news. Yesterday, we had consumer confidence. Had a nice bullish run today. GDP came back down. We got PCE tomorrow, 8:30 pre-market. So be ready for that, by the way. So that price index coming out tomorrow. That's the year over year as well. So it's sitting at 3.5% from previous 3.7. So we'll see how it compares to that. And then we have jobless claims like always, because guess what? It's Thursday. Jobless claims always comes out, and that is all at 8:30. Of course, 10 a.m. There you go. Pending home sales as well at 10 a.m. Predicting a negative outcome there, 1.5%. We'll see how that actually ends up being. Right, yeah, I agree, Benji. Guys, also, if you use investing.com or anything like that, just click on it if you want to know. If you want to know how it affects the market, because it tells you, you know. Pending home sales report measures the change in number of homes under contract to be sold, but still awaiting the closing transaction, excluding new construction. A higher than expected reading should be taken as a positive or bullish for the USD, while lower than expected reading should be taken as a negative or bearish for the USD. So for the dollar, right? We all know the dollar, though, moves opposite of the market as well, for the most part. So, you know, if it's a positive move for the dollar, if it's higher than expected, positive for the dollar, then you're probably going to see the market kind of come down a bit. Same for, you know, that's just how you know, that's how you can look at kind of what they do and how they report. Is there a way to change the oversold HWO up down colors? Yes, there is. There should be. Let's double check. Let's go back to the chart and look at it. You're talking about for the oscillator matrix, I'm assuming, right? Here, that would have triggered there, Benji. I mean, for the sake of the stream, we might as well just take it. we're already in green today, so you know, let's just because it's so small. So this would be a very small. I'm just gonna put it right there. It'd be like a 250 loss for the sake of the stream. We'll see if it gives us anything. We'll get a little bit of a profit if it does bounce here. But we'll come back to that in just a sec. You wanted to look at the oscillator, which is on this screen. So yeah, so you go to style. If you actually, maybe you can't. Let me double check. Oh, I think you go actually in here. Go down to, that's the hyperwave. So the hyperwave colors. Do you want strictly the, yeah, you can just change them right here. So, you know, if I want like them to be pink, the turning points, I can do that. And the turning points will be pink dots, as you can see there. And then if I want them to be, you know, that's for the bullish. I want bearish to be bright red. I could do that. So there's your turning points, turning red. But then also, if I wanted to get rid of the hyper trail, I just turn this to 100. And then it starts, you know, getting rid of that outline. And then I go to style. And then I can turn off the hyperwave. And then there you go. You can just have the dots if you wanted. I don't know why you'd want that. But some people do, so especially if they're making custom things. But you customize the color within the inputs there to make it easy. We got one filled. So look at a 2 filled. There you go. So actually, this is a pretty good risk here, because if this closes, literally right there. If it closes there, we're out. So we'll see if it does. For the sake of the stream. Oh, we got a minute 45. So we'll come back. But yeah, that's how you change the colors. But we'll reset. Overall, though, I think we talked about. Oh yeah, I mean I personally, if there's any indicator that I can't live without that we have, it's signals and overlays. The Neo Cloud has changed everything. I mean, you tell me. In the past day and a half, we're up $3,600 using just the Neo Cloud and the Smart Trail and signals and overlays. So I'm like I don't know any other way to put it. Like we're doing the 150K account. We're up 3,700 now. But
next thing, I'm gonna force you to throw on some trend catcher.
What are you doing to me?
Yep, trend catcher, baby.
Why is this still on here? That was a thing I was messing with before. Let's go, Neo Trail, with the bounce so far.
Throw up that
And Ben, you can try 30 days risk-free, of course. All you have to do is click that link in the description of this video and sign up for premium. Get that 30 days risk-free, my friend. But guys, again, join the Discord. We have changed it quite a bit, and it's free. All our free members can now, for one, you can see when our stream is going to be going. And we have that on the YouTube, of course. But for now, all of our free members can view all of our trading channels. We switched it up. You don't get access to the LuxAlgo bot, which is a bot we're working on for the Discord specifically. You can change, you can use the indicators and note, if the sentiment overall on the LuxAlgo indicators is bullish or bearish, stuff like that. So that is access to all of our, when you do sign up for the indicators, you get access to the Discord. It's not a separate thing. It's all in one. Discord, 3 indicators. You sign up for Ultimate, you get the 3 indicators Discord, and it's just separate features in the Discord, by the way. But you get the backtesting system as well. But also you get these scanners, which is really cool. Scanners specifically for crypto on just signals and overlays if you want, or the price action concepts as well. But that way, you never are out of the loop, and you can you can check that off for which scanners you want. But essentially, yeah, join the Discord. Link is in the description. You've seen it on screen about a dozen times, or just type in Lux or discord.gg/Lux. Yes, there's been a backtesting area since we released it. It's under Ultimate Laboratory Backtesting. We post all of it in here. And, we have a good time. But a lot of shared backtests. We just had a huge contest where we had 3 winners win $1,000. Congrats to our winners for sharing the best backtests. And they are pinned within that section of the Discord. So make sure you go and check out those pinned messages. You can see which ones were the winners. But great job, guys. For those of you that did win, very proud of you. The best backtest. They're pinned. The pinned ones. They're in the pinned area. I'll ask and see if we can try to get the actual winning ones pinned as well. But for now, they're all in the pinned messages. So go check those out too, because again, these strategies, guys, aren't just ones that you just copy. You're like, oh, it's gonna work for me. It's like you need to go and look at it, make sure it's one that might work for what you're looking for. So it's kind of a up in the air type situation there. So it really comes down to what you want to trade and how you trade and stuff like that. But I think, Mickey, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to go over?
I think this is a good place to end it. To be honest with you.
Yeah. See, I think we're gonna get closed down here on the Japanese yen. It's gonna close lower. So that's another $200 off of that close. But again, remember, $200 for $1,000 W. But I think that is a good spot to end it for sure. But overall, guys, appreciate you joining us. We're gonna be back possibly end of this week, if not early next week, Monday. Like always, we usually stream on Mondays. We're gonna have a live event for the backtesters soon as well, but that'll be within the Discord. So if you're not a part of the Discord, please join, because we will only have that event exclusively to the Discord. All right, I'll answer one more question. NeoCloud's not on a higher time frame now. Same time frame. All the same. Can you? I guess I could change the time frame as well if I wanted to, but no, just Smart Trail, NeoCloud. That's it. Bing, bing. And then I turned off signal mode, stuff like that. That's for this specific situation. Ben, you get to try it for 30 days, and then you get your money back. I mean, pretty straightforward. And regardless, you can cancel whenever you want. You get that refund within that 30 days. But awesome, guys. Well, let's look over it one last time. What the markets have ended with today. Obviously, about 40 minutes left. And the Dow Jones is still green with 65 points in the green. SP 500 is up 2 points, so pretty much break even on the day. NASDAQ is now red. But as you saw there, we had a nice little rally pre-market, came off those highs after the GDP report. So that's always something to make sure you understand, by the way. So make sure. In this case, though, again, you get 30 days risk-free. All you do is click that big green button on the front page. We now have 3 plans for you guys. You can test this out with the essentials. If you want signals and overlays, though, I would go ahead with the premium. By far, our favorite is the signals and overlays. But if you want to back test, you can sign up for the ultimate as well, and make sure we're offering anybody, any level trader, a chance to be able to test their strategies with using our indicators, as well as start off as a brand new trader. Whatever you want to do, man, that's up to you. But again, you get your 30 days risk free. And if you want to know more about these indicators, make sure you go up to that tab and hit guides, and you'll get your in-depth information on each feature through the backtesting, as well as our premium indicators too, like signals and overlays. If you're interested in that, you can look at all this. We also have videos for you. If you have questions about the backtester, by the way, if you want to, if there's a video that we just uploaded that strictly goes over every single backtester, so go check that out on our YouTube channel. It's the most recent uploaded video. We'll eventually have a stream where we go over it as well. But as well, to end us off for the calendar, remember, tomorrow, Thursday, we have the PCE coming out pre-market 8:30, so hour before open. So know what that is before you start trading. Obviously, the price, if you don't wake up until 9:30, then you already know where the market's heading. Jobless claims at 8:30, and then remember 10 a.m. we have the pending home sales. So that's probably going to adjust the market a bit at 10 a.m. So just know that 10 a.m. Eastern, and that's Eastern. I'll say it one more time, Eastern time. So not just a local time. Know what 10 a.m. is in your local time, because the market will probably do something at 10 a.m. It'll probably go up, down, all around. So if you're in a position and you have a stop loss that's tight or something, it'll probably trigger. So just be careful. In that case, though, I think that's about it. What do you think, Mickey? You got anything you want to?
Everything's good. I don't know what to say, but learn how to take your losses. That's pretty much it. Trade management, right?
Yeah, the indicators, they're going to get you majority of the way there, but if you don't have the right mindset, guys, you're not going to make it. Okay? You can find, even with backtesting, in the backtest system, you can find great automated systems. If you can find something, some of these people have found ones where they can just, the best way is to sit back and let the backtester or let the automated system trade for you, because there's no emotion involved. But again, if you are having trouble figuring that out, but you're using the backtesting system, understand how the backtester works. It goes off of certain parameters of that strategy. So implement your mindset as if you're the backtester, as if you're the automated bot. And then you'll be a lot better trader, because you're taking losses when you're supposed to. You're taking profit when you're supposed to. And that's what it comes down to. Again, indicators can get you majority of the way, but that second half to become that profitable trader has to do with what's going on in your head. So again, appreciate you guys being here. That's our short lecture for the evening. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll be back possibly Friday, if not on Monday. But we'll keep you updated on that. Stay tuned to the events page. Make sure you're looking at the events within the Discord to note when our next stream is. But Giannis, congratulations on that win. $1,000 winner right there. Congratulations, man. We'll let you guys know if we have another contest. But other than that, we hope you have a great rest of your day. And
Have a good one, everyone.
we'll see
Have a
you
good
soon.
one.
From all of us here at LuxAlgo, have a wonderful rest of your week, and good night.